You guys ready?
Yep.
Do it.
Okay. Looks like we are live in the Mortgage Loan Officer Network. Hello, everybody, again. 2-in-1 day. We're making this a wacky Wednesday, just trying to bring as much value to you guys as possible. Dan Keller has agreed to join us. I don't know if you've seen Dan before, but always a lot of wisdom. And some of what he promised to bring today really has us excited. Big numbers, big personal production, a team that helps, all this kind of stuff that many of us dream of and or have, but don't have tweaked as much as we want. So let's just dive right in. Dan, thanks again for taking your time today, buddy.
Oh, well, thanks for everything that you guys do. I think when you and I were talking on Facebook a few weeks back, it's you guys bring an incredible amount of value to your community and to the industry. And so up here in the Northwest, I just want to feel more connected to you guys all over the country. So I wanted just to share kind of what some of the things that I'm doing. And what kind of provoked this fish was a conversation you and I were having. And I think we're getting into that fall season, where you've got sales mastery and you've got the core summit. You've got all these, as the markets are starting to change a little and these online lenders are coming into the place. I almost feel like these coaches are like vultures, and they're going to be, picking and advertising these conferences. And I think there's nothing wrong with coaches. There's nothing wrong with these conferences. But here's the thing. They have people sometimes speak at these events that aren't transparent. They have people speaking about, hey, you did 100 million in volume, or you do this, you do that, but they don't truly share that their sister owns one of the largest real estate companies in the area, and you're in-house at 4 of those, or that you pay $15,000 a month in ads for real estate agents. And so what I wanted to do, man, is we just had an incredible month. We're having an incredible year. Our production, so it is September 5th, 2018. Last month in August, I closed 31 units for $12,994, just missed 13 mil. And that was a record. The best I'd done before that is 10.4. So, you're hearing a lot of news about this being a down market, and up here in Seattle, things have slowed down a little. But I wanted to kind of bring an encouraging message to the community, but also a very, very transparent message of, hey, there was no bells, no whistles. This guy right here, this is called a phone. And I've got lists. I've got a to-do list every day. Nothing fancy, man. So if I could share some of my tips with you guys, that's kind of the goal today.
That's awesome.
I dig
So,
it.
yep. Hey, and Dan, what we were saying earlier on, whenever you join us, that's always one of our most watched Success Series videos or Hangouts. So we appreciate you being here. So you just said it. What's the secret to your success, man? Market's down a little bit. You just had a record month. You told me that a couple of your team members, actually, you allowed them to take some vacation over the last week or so. What did you do? It's just hard work, right?
It's hard work, but it's a long time coming, you guys. And I don't want to. So again, being transparent. It's an honor to be up here right now and giving back to you guys and basically shedding some light on my story. So, to kind of piggyback on top of what you said with my processor lets me know early August, and I knew we were going to have a big August, that she wanted 4 days off at the end of August. And of course, I'm like, heck yeah, we got other processors in our branch, in our region. We'll be fine. And then my loan partner too, who's my literally brains behind my back end. He's my contract to close guy. Is like, well, hey, my wife and I are buying a house and we're closing on it, and I need a week off, the very last week of August. So I kind of freaked out earlier in the month. We got our team together, we planned, and literally my processor and my LP2 were on vacation, overlapping the last week of the month, and we didn't skip a beat. It was I was telling you, DJ, it was kind of eerie. It was kind of weird feeling around here, but we did it. Knock on wood, we did it. Everything was great, and that's just a testament to my team. Built over the last 3 or 4 years, have built a team around professionals. I think on the last call that we were on, I really learned how to hire. And this call today is all around prospecting, but I think I need to give you this background on it so the listeners I can tie in some reality, maybe some real life situations that a potential listener might be in right now. But 3.5 years ago, I cleaned slate. I had one assistant. I was a terrible leader. I think I was a terrible loan officer, to be honest. And that's when I really kind of got introduced to, well, we were just talking about him, a guy by the name of Jeremy Forcier. And I'd followed Jeremy. We had shared the stage at Sales Mastery in 2013, and I spoke at Mastery in 2015. And really started, my business was struggling. And I was, everything I heard from Jeremy, and every time I talked to Jeremy, it was just positive, and he's closing more volume, and he's setting records, and was found out what he was up to, and he was in a coaching program. And so I kind of went to one of those conferences, and I was talking to top producers, and the one common thread that I found out with all top producers is they had a really great team, a really good support cast, not people that were generating loans for them. That was my big misunderstanding early on in my career. It was like, hey, I'm going to go hire people and we're going to generate a ton of loans together. And I was confused. I clearly didn't know what I was doing. And so I learned how to hire, and I learned who to hire, and I did that. And it started with Jason. He's my loan partner one. He's my upfront guy, helps me manage all my leads. When I make the initial contact with the lead, and after I have that initial phone conversation and send them a quick email with what to do next and the link, it's off my plate. I've CC'd him. He contacts them additionally. He gets the documents in. He helps pre-approve them and schedules the appointment. And I'm done with that person until we meet face to face. And so I think that systems with my team is huge. And then I hired a loan partner too, who's a back-end contract to close guy. And then I hired a personal assistant. Us 3 people did 31 transactions last month. That's super. And I'm telling you that because I'm seeing a lot of these top producer interviews online, not necessarily with you guys. There's a couple of other communities I'm in. And I know the truth because I'm in the core with some of these guys, and I know how big their teams are. And some of these other guys and gals are in my community, and I know that what they're saying on camera isn't reality, isn't truly what's causing them to do the production that they're doing. What's causing them to do the production that they're doing, like I said, is multiple MSAs, tons of overhead, a really big team where they have 4 junior loan officers prospecting with them and for them. And so what I wanted to share with you guys today is really it's myself. I am the prospector. I do all of my prospecting. I have all the initial contact with my clients. And then I have an incredible team that helps keep that customer, that client moving on that conveyor belt into the appointment, into approved status, and then into escrow. And so it's centered, the idea that you can close 31 units up here in Seattle where it's heavy rate shoppers. The idea around that is you have a great team and we're super efficient, we're super focused, but my focus is on what I do best, and that's prospecting, and that's sitting down and meeting with the client. So I'm crystal clear on what my role is as a business owner, not as a mortgage loan officer, as a business owner. I know what my role is, and then I have other people who are really good at what I need them to do in their roles, and they're crystal clear on what they need to do. And the end goal at escrow when the client gets keys is a wow mortgage experience, a 5-star experience where they're happy that they went with us, not, well, we should have gone with the credit union. Okay, so I felt like I would just today, I'd give you kind of a glimpse, a look into what my week looks like, and then what my days look like, and then if you guys have questions around it, which you may, or people online, they might jump in, and feel free to stop me at any point in time. But I want to kind of start with this. I don't care. Your goal doesn't have to be $12 million, $10 million a month. It could be $2 million a month. But when I say that your goal, you have to have a goal. You have to know what you're shooting for. You have to know, you guys, I think this is super important. Listeners, if you get one thing out of today, maybe take this nugget. You have to have a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Okay, you have to have a reason to go into work and know that you're not getting paid that day. Okay, so what motivates me is the idea that I business plan every quarter. And I know it's crystal clear. It's right over here on my wall, right in front of my monitor. It's on my computer. It's in my folder right here on my desk. I know what I'm here to achieve. And I know that in order to achieve that, I have to follow my daily tasks, and I just follow those every single day. It's that simple. I also know that I heard this quote. I don't know who to give credit for. You guys might know. Maybe Grant Cardone or Gary Vaynerchuk, but I have a saying on my wall right above my monitor, and it says, "Your goals don't care how you feel today." The market doesn't care how you feel today. The market's going to continue to move. I lost a really good buddy of mine a year ago to cancer, and he sold real estate. He was a real estate guy. People are still buying homes in his neighborhood. People are still moving forward. The market doesn't care. Your goals don't care. And so I constantly remind myself of that too, that my competition is after me too. There's guys and gals in the community up here in Seattle that want my job. They're going after my realtors. So I got to stay sharp. So the one thing that I start every day with is arming myself, putting in the work that I know my competitors are too lazy to do. So I read something. Right now I'm reading Andy Andrews' The 7 Disciplines. Incredible book. It's not, you both would read that and you'd be like, there's nothing in here that I didn't know, but how he puts it in context is just incredible. So I always try to sharpen, my skills as a leader and as a professional. Andrew Cady made a great comment. I think he made a post on this on social media not too long ago. It was a Facebook Live post where he was like, us as loan officers have an obligation to study the industry. So many of us read books, but how many of us study our craft and become better loan reps? And I really loved his message there. And so what I'll try to do, not daily, but weekly, I'll try to spend 30 to 60 minutes a week. And I understand I've been in the industry for about 10 years. I don't think I'm not one of those loan reps that's a guideline guru. I have Dan Dietrich, my loan partner, who literally I could text or call or go over and say hi to him, and he's the guideline guru. But I know my industry, but I spend 30 to 60 minutes a week studying a new loan program. And I do it with the intent that I'm going to make a video about that program. I'm going to send it out to my realtors or to online to run some ads to, or send to my followers. And so I think it's really important that you spend time each morning and time a week building yourself professionally, and then building yourself as a loan rep. All right. And then outside of that, you guys, when I'm in the office, I know every single day what I'm supposed to do. So in my particular business, I have a personal assistant. And I'll just again give you a quick recap of my team. I have a personal assistant named Katie. I have a loan partner 1 named Jason, and I have a loan partner 2 named Dan Dietrich. That's it. And then myself. Every single morning, Katie prints out a schedule for my week, and she has a schedule for the day with the phone calls, the names and numbers of the people I need to make calls to that day. Now, I'll give you an example. I'll just show you this one. She also emails it to me in case I'm remote. So for example, you guys, this is the email that's printed. It's on my desk. It says today's calls, 9-5. It says, good morning, here's today's calls. Today is Wednesday. You have pre-approval calls today. And so behind this is my pre-approved list of all pre-approved borrowers. It's just a day that I check in. I check in with all my pre-approvals. Hey, how's the home search going? How you feeling? How are things going? How's my team doing? Is there anything that I can do to help you right now? Most of the time they say, no, we're just looking. And then I ask them, after I ask them how my team is doing, I say, hey, listen, I have a home buyer class coming up this month. Is there anyone that you know that you could help invite to that class? I'm looking to meet more people like you. You guys, you're fully underwritten and approved. I really have nothing left to do right now until you guys get into contract. I'm looking for new clients. Can you help me out with that? These are my Wednesday calls. And then below that, you'll see birthdays. I call every single one of my past clients on their birthdays. And so I start the day with a to-do list. And I think what's really important, you guys, is us as entrepreneurs, us as self-employed people, we kind of tend to wing it. We show up, we have coffee in the office, we talk to a couple of people. Next thing we know, it's been 2 hours and we haven't gotten to work. And so one of my messages today, too, is a loan rep, audit yourself. Maybe encourage yourself moving forward to run your mortgage practice like a business. Now, what if you were employed? Would your employer want you coming into the office, dilly-dallying around for 3 or 4 hours, checking social media? No, your employer would want you, if your job was to generate leads for your employer, you would come in, you'd have your list, you'd know who to call, you'd know what to say, and you'd do it. And so essentially, honestly, you guys, that's all I do. I know who to call, I know what to say, I know what to do, and I do it every single day. So today is Wednesday, it's pre-approvals. Let me backtrack. So on Monday mornings, when I get into the office, Monday I call my realtors. Most of the time on Monday, these are realtors that I service. On that list, they're A, B, and C realtors. So I know my C realtors I have a relationship with, but they haven't sent us business yet. My A and Bs, most of the time I'm just calling to check in. I just want them to hear from me. All right.
So is that every Monday you're calling those
Yeah,
agents? So, come hell or high water, they know that on a Monday morning between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., Dan Keller's calling them.
power hour time. They know it. And my agents that if I'm in escrow with one of those agents, I'm not calling them.
Because we want to call them with an update call.
Tuesday for status updates. Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm doing on Mondays is, hey, if it's a B realtor or if it's an A realtor that I'm not on a transaction with at the moment, I'm calling, hey, TJ, how you doing, man? You got a couple minutes real quick? And yeah, you're going to say, yeah, man, what's up, Dan? Hey, I'm just checking in. Did you work or play over the weekend? Just casual conversation. Oh, man, I worked an open house. How'd it go? How's traffic? Oh, man, it's down. I'm hearing that from my agents. What I'd love to do is I'd love to help you with those. I'd love to help promote them. Yeah, you never know who follows me on social. You never know how many pre-approved clients that I have that may have friends looking in those areas. So next time, it's my fault I didn't reach out to you earlier, but I'll check in with you next week and get your open house schedule for the remainder of the month. Is that cool? They're like, yeah, that's great, Dan. Awesome. And then I want to invite them. I want to call, check in, see how they're doing, and then invite them to something. So I do lunch and learns every single month. Hey, I wanted to give you a quick reminder. I'm going to shoot you an email this week. I've got a lunch and learn this coming month on the perfect listing presentation from Dayton Schrader. He's one of San Antonio, Texas's top realtors. It's going to be loaded full of value. I got some wine coming out to the event too, so there's going to be some wine and cheese. I would love to see you out. If it's an agent that I'm not a B agent that we've done some deals with in the past, we have nothing going on right now, I'll ask them, hey, I'm just after we do the small talk, hey, I'm just checking in. What can I do right now for you to help generate some business? I love working with you. I don't have anything on my board right now with you, and yeah, let's do some business together. Do you have any past pre-approvals that you'd like me to call? Do you have any open houses this weekend? Let's go out and grind out some new borrowers, some new clients. And a lot of the times that will provoke, dude, I'm down. I've taken a few weeks off. I'll get some information out of that. If I go about 3 weeks with one of my A realtors without doing a deal, I'll just flat out hit him. I'll be like, dude, Haley, you cheating on me? I said, normally we got a couple of deals going, girl. I just referred you a couple of borrowers last month, a couple of buyers last month. You cheating on me with another lender? No, Dan, no. So I keep it kind of light, but I remind them that I want their business.
I think that approach, I think you said with your B agents, like, hey, what can I do to help you, is so much better than most of us who call on that Monday. Who did you meet this weekend that I can pre-qualify? Do you have anyone I can pre-qualify for you? Even after the small talk, it goes into who can I do? Who can I take care of for you? You're saying, hey, what can I do to help you grow? So, again, it's just a huge paradigm shift in that approach, and their reception to that, because they're getting 10 other lenders calling them, asking them for pre-qualification business. So I love that. I think that's a unique approach.
It's super casual. Hey,
you know what?
I see that we're not doing business together. Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you always got something on your calendar for both agents and borrowers upcoming. You have an event, you have a place that you can interact with folks face to face and push the relationship to a next level. That's awesome.
Well, and to be honest with you guys, if I get on the phone with an agent, they're like, dude, yeah, hey man, I'm super busy, but what's up? I'm gonna skip through the small talk and just say, hey, Michael, awesome, dude, I love that you're busy. I just wanted to call you today to let you know you're gonna get an email. It's an invite from upcoming Lunch and Learn. I'd love to see you there because I know it's gonna add a ton of value to your business. It's gonna be on the perfect listing presentation from Dayton Schrader. I'll shoot you an email. I'll let you get back to work, but I was thinking of you this morning and I wanted to call you. And that's always a way where I'm not that annoying lender, what are you calling for?
Right.
I'm calling to invite you. So it's my easy way out if they are really busy. But
You're
get
calling with a
back,
purpose.
I'm calling with every single call is with a purpose. The main purpose is I want to have a conversation. TJ, bro, dude, we've gone almost 60 days without doing a deal. What's going on? What can I do to help generate some business for you? And a lot of the times, honestly, you guys, they're telling me, my leads are down. I'm kind of going through a little slump right now. All right, well, hey, when was the last time you did an open house? When was the last time you called 10 divorce attorneys? Let me come into your office. Let's sit down and let's call some. Let's get you some appointments. Let's get you going. Let's get you in motion again. Because what I'm seeing is when real estate agents get in a funk and they stop moving, they stop prospecting.
Right.
And so I'm just that resource. And then when I'm in their office, they're introducing me to another agent potentially, or I'm just doing something that another lender's not. So then when someone does call them and they want to go see homes and they haven't been pre-approved by default, I'm that guy. And I'm top of mind. That's half the battle, you guys. It's just being the last guy that they spoke to, the last guy that gave a shit, right? And so those are my Monday calls. Monday, I do not make cold calls. Monday are just, I'm inviting them to something, I'm asking them what I can do to help them, or I'm just checking in. I haven't talked to you in 3 weeks. Every time I call you, it goes to voicemail. I just wanted to get some FaceTime with you to see how you're doing.
Cool.
So Tuesdays, I do status updates. And if you're listening to this and you're doing any kind of production right now, 1 deal a month, 1 loan a month to 5 loans a month or more, this is, and I've seen a lot of loan officers talk about it in our group, this day alone will help you scale your business. On Tuesdays, I call my buyer's agents. On Tuesdays, I call the listing agent, and I call the borrower, okay? So, looks like this. This is on my desk because it was from yesterday. So here is a list right here. It's kind of tough to see, but if you were to look at this up close, you would see these are all active deals for September. The listing agent's name, so the property address is on there. The subject property address is on there. The listing agent's name, office, and phone number is on there. The buyer's agent is on there, and the borrower's name and their phone number is on there. So when I'm calling the listing agent, I'm calling, hey, TJ, this is Dan Keller over at Guild Mortgage. I'm managing the financing on your listing on 123 Main Street. Do you have a moment? Yeah. Hey, I wanted to call you with the Tuesday update. Like I told you in that video, like I told you on the initial congratulations call on mutual acceptance, I'm going to call you every Tuesday. So I'm calling you. I want to let you know we got the appraisal ordered. It's due back on the 7th. Okay, we should have that on the 7th. Other than that, borrower's fully approved, fully underwritten. We're waiting for the appraisal. The interest rate is locked. We're ready to close once we get that report back, okay? Awesome. Hey, how's business? Oh, it's good. I always try to pick the listing agent's brains to see if they know something in the area that I don't know. And I don't ask for business. You guys do not sell during Tuesday updates. Okay, this is super important. This strategy will work if you follow it. So let me backtrack. My agent is going to text me, hey, I'm submitting an offer on 123 Main Street. Will you please call the listing agent? Yes, I will. I call the listing agent. I let them know that our borrowers have been fully approved. You're going to be getting an offer from them. I'm the mortgage professional managing the financing. I'm local. Got 50 plus Yelp reviews. Your sellers will not go wrong by accepting their offer if it's competitive because we're one of the best lenders in town. Have that conversation. Do you have any questions for me? No, I don't. This is great. Thank you for reaching out to me. Most lenders don't do this. I know they don't. That's why I do it. So that's what I say. I know they don't. That's why I do it. And then, hey, I'll be in touch with you when we get mutual acceptance and let you know how my team works. I got to go. Talk to you later. And so then I get off the phone versus them going, I want to, again, manage my time. I don't want to talk to realtors if I don't have to. So I kind of leave them hanging there. Wow, that was great. And he actually got off the phone with me. When we have mutual acceptance, I make the intro phone call. Hey, TJ, this is Dan Keller over at Guild Mortgage. I am now managing the financing on your listing on 123 Main Street. Congrats, and thank you so much for accepting my client's offer. We go back and forth. Hey, like I said, I wanted to give you a phone call to let you know how my team's going to work so that you know, so the expectations are set. And let me hit pause right now. They've already received an email from my loan partner one, Jason, congratulating them on mutual acceptance. And then there's a video in that email from me that says that informs them on how we work, what to expect next. We'll update them every Tuesday. We'll send out an email update on Fridays. And then just a quick reminder, make sure we have carbon monoxide detectors and make sure that we have earthquake straps. Up here in Seattle, the hot water heaters have to be strapped down, or it's a reinspection fee and it could cause delays and all that stuff. So we put that in an email. We get a lot of compliments on that. So anyhow, I go back to the phone call. I would say, you've already received an email. Did you watch that video? And a lot of the times they'll say, yes, this is great. You have your stuff together. Awesome. Listen, TJ, I promise you that I'm going to update you every single Tuesday. I promise you that my loan partner, Dan Dietrich, will email you every single Friday so that you can take these updates and give them back to your seller. And I promise you I will not miss the mark on our closing date. Okay? If I live up to all three of those promises, will you have coffee with me when we close? And I shut up. And I wait for them to be like, well, only a couple of times has a listing agent said no. Most of the time they're like, hey, absolutely. If you do that and you're this dang good, which I've already showed them I'm pretty good, right? The proactive intro call. Absolutely. We'll have coffee with you. Great. Okay, got to go. I'll talk to you later. I'll get you an update on Friday. Bye. And I get off the phone. So I've already set the fact that I'm going to ask them for coffee. But over the next 3 or 4 weeks on Tuesdays, I never talk about business. I give them the update. Do you have any questions? Got to go. Bye. That's it.
That's awesome. And I mean, one main point that most of us folks have been around for a while, but some of the newer folks may not understand. When you called that agent, you reference the address, the property address. You didn't call up and saying, "Hey, I'm calling up. I'm doing the financing on the Fisher file." It was 123 Main Street, because that's realtor vernacular 101 right there. They always reference the actual listing address.
Well, I came up with managing the financing on your listing at 123 Main Street. Managing the financing. Listen, if I were a realtor, I'd want to know who's managing that. So it's not, hey, I'm a loan officer. I'm over here at Guild Mortgage. I'm working with the Jones. They're buying. It's just crystal clear. Hey, managing the financing on your listing at 123 Main Street. Do you have a moment? I'd like to give you an update. So here's another tactic, you guys, that I use. If it goes to voicemail, I tell them who I am. I'm managing the financing on your listing at 123 Main Street. I need you to call me. I have an update for you. My number is, and then I hang up. I just want to talk to them. It's not they're like, oh,
they're
shit.
afraid right there. They're like, oh crap, what's going on? I knew I shouldn't have accepted that offer from that guy. I knew that he was a crappy lender. Right?
Yep. I knew he was too good to be true. He was, the phone call. And so when they call me, they're like, hey, this is TJ. What's going on? Hey, buddy, I just wanted to check in with you, man. I wanted you to hear from me. Things are going good. I got the appraisal coming back on the 7th. We're dialed in. Borrowers have already been fully underwritten, approved. Well, you mean nothing's wrong? No, I just wanted to talk to you, man. How's things going? Good. All right, man. I'll give you another update on Friday. Talk to you later. Bye. And so it's just that, it's kind of that, I don't know, man. It's kind of like when you watch a movie. You're kind of on the edge of your seat. That's what I want these listing agents. I want them to be on the edge of their seat comfortably through the process, because in the end, I have a predictable process. Nothing's going to go wrong. And if they do go wrong, guess what? I've updated them twice a week. I'm already in communication. I'm already in relationship with them. Listen, the appraisal came in low. Okay, we're going to have to talk about this. Or, hey, the borrowers made a mistake. They did this or they did that or something came up. I'm going to need an extra day. It's easier to deal with that when you're in a relationship and they have trust in you. So those are the Tuesday calls.
That is a solid team and a solid loan process, right? Like
exactly.
You can do those things and you can count on those things and you can provide those calls and make those promises because you know that what needs to get done is going to get done.
That's it. And they have confidence in you. And the biggest thing they want is they want to feel that confidence in that lender. And then at the end, that's going to stick with them. And that's going to, the process, the communication. I get this all the time, man. I've never had a lender communicate so well, get an appraisal back in such a quick amount of time, short amount of time, and the process be this smooth. I don't know how you do it, but I'd love to learn more. So going after the listing agents is a big part of my business. The other part of that is the borrower. The other part of that is the buyer's agent. A lot of the times I'm in relationship with those guys, so it's just an opportunity to get my calls in.
Yep.
The calls to them is more casual. Just wanted to get you an update. How are things going? Hey, man, is there anything else I can do for you, TJ? No, man, I'm good. Hey, you got any open houses? Since I got you on the phone, what are you doing this weekend? So remember, it's Tuesday. What do you got going on this weekend? You doing any open houses? Well, I don't know yet. Probably. Yeah. Okay, hey, I'm going to call you back on Thursday or Friday, and I put it in my calendar right on the spot. I'm going to call you back on Thursday or Friday. I want to be a part of that. I want to get you some financing flyers, some water bottles, and I want to pop by. I'm curious to see what's going on out there. Yeah, man, no problem. Okay, call you then. Bye. Got to go. And the same thing with the borrowers. The borrowers, on the other hand, I am having a referral conversation. The borrowers, when I do call them, hey, just wanted to check in. I try not to get into the loan because, remember, I don't know what's really going on with the loan other than what the sheet says.
Right.
I follow this. Hey, TJ, it looks like your appraisal's due back on the 7th. We got your interest rate locked at 4.875. How you feeling? Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Or most of the time I get the positive feedback. I'm feeling really good. Man, this is smooth. Well, hey, listen, like I've told you up front, it's going to be a little bit of, maybe, some anxiety until we get that appraisal back. But once we have that appraisal back, we literally are going to get that signed off in underwriting, and we're ready to close. We're literally 2.5 weeks ahead of schedule. So, hey, how's my team doing for you, by the way? Oh, man, Dan Dietrich is amazing. Jason was so good. Awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being incredible, 1 being we need a lot of work, how they doing? And most of the time they say 10. Most of the time they say 9 or 10. I've had a couple people say 7 or 8s. And this is like literally over the last 2 years, only a couple. And if they were to say that, I'd say, what would it take to get you up between now and next Tuesday? What would it take to get you up to an 8 or a 9? Most of the time when they say 9 or 10, and a lot of the times they'll joke around it saying, well, I don't want to give you a 10 because we're not done yet. But so far, you guys are killing it. And I will say, listen, you guys, in about 2 weeks, I'm going to lose you as a client, an active client. I get to take care of you long term, but I'm going to lose you as an active client. Would you do me a favor and help me prospect a new client to take your seat in our pipeline? I need another really great client like you guys to help purchase or refinance. Does anyone come to mind? Well, my coworker was talking, or so-and-so, or no. Most of the time I get no. And I say, hey, listen, that's fine. Would you do me a favor? Would you keep us top of mind if you hear anyone talking about buying or selling real estate? And I say that so that I can refer to my agents if they do. Anyone buying or selling real estate, would you keep us top of mind and make an introduction? Absolutely, Dan. Awesome. Okay. All right, TJ, I got to go. Talk to you later. And so those are my borrower, listing agent, and buying agent calls. That's Tuesday. We're going to talk about Wednesday. I make pre-approval calls. Thursdays and Fridays, I'm going to be super transparent and honest with you, and this is why I'm so optimistic about my business. I wing it on Thursdays and Fridays. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a branch manager. On Fridays, I completely half-ass it, and I'm getting better on that, and I'll tell you about Fridays. But, I've got recruiting calls I'm making. I'm trying to slip in here. I have client meetings, obviously. Thursdays, what I do is I call my top 50 favorite past clients. Okay, these are people typically that have referred me, and they're past clients of mine. So if it were their birthday, they're already on the list. So it doesn't have to be a Thursday for me to call them. If it's their birthday, I'm already calling them. But in general, Katie, my assistant, puts together a list. I use the alphabet. Every week of the year is alphabetized. And so I just use their last names. And so she'll put a list on my desk of people that I need to call that Thursday. And it's just a check-in call. Hey, TJ, this is your mortgage guy over at Guild. How you doing? A lot of the times, to be quite honest with you guys, it goes to voicemail. So I just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you. I'm just checking in. I'm your guy. Also wanted to just check in to see if you know of anyone who's looking to buy or sell real estate. You've been such a great referral source over the years. I appreciate your referrals. I hope you guys are having an incredible summer. And holler at me if there's anything I can do for you. If I've just sent out a newsletter, I'll reference that. Let me know your thoughts. Sometimes in that newsletter, I'll mention something about financial planning or CPAs, so I'll reference that. But a lot of the times it's just hey, I just wanted to connect with you. If it's been more than a quarter since we've talked or since we've gotten together, I will call them and just say, hey, TJ, was looking to connect with you for coffee or a beer. Let me know when you have time. You're one of my best clients. You guys have been a big advocate for me. I just want to learn more about what you got going on in your life, what I can do to help y'all. But but just love to stay connected. Let me know when I can buy you a coffee or a beer. Call me back. And most of the time they'll call me back. And we'll set that. That's a face-to-face. And it's just, again, these people have already referred you, so you're staying in front of them. It's just smart business. It's super.
Do you have like the client appreciation parties or happy hours or stuff like that where you can invite them all to?
So there's things with the core. So I'm in the core. But there's things in the core that I'm not super connected to Rick Ruby. So, he's a hard ass, but there's things that I disagree with that he might say or do. But recently he was in the news, I think. But there's one thing that, he talks about throwing a happy hour every month. You guys, I just haven't been able to get that off the ground. I'm just going to be honest with you. Throwing a happy hour for my clients. I do them for my agents, but I just haven't been able to make that work for clients. But one of the things I do is I will have one client appreciation party a year. I don't do two of them. Maybe this next year I'll do two. But I do one. And then something that I do monthly, you guys, and it's for so for all my clients that closed in August, in September, they will have an opportunity to come out to a happy hour that I throw for them. And I invite the realtors, both listing and buying side, where it's a budget with Dan class. And I have it typically at a winery, or I have it in a banquet room at a restaurant, and I buy light appetizers and drinks, and I bring in my financial planner, and we just talk about budgeting. I share my personal family budget form, which we talk about this throughout the pre-approval process as well. But really, hey, what I say is I just got done putting you into a large amount of debt. I see it as my job to help to get you out of it and help you manage that. So feel free to come on out. You can ask my financial planner investment questions, stuff like that. So I send out a handwritten invite to the listing agent, buying agent, and borrowers every single month for that. So I'm already doing a lot of events. I need to up, like I said, I'll probably up my client appreciation party to 2 this coming year, but no happy hours. I haven't done those.
I don't think you need to, because I think, those of us who are in various, coaching groups, we read what they say, this is it. I've got to do this. But it's about the concept of what you're doing, right? Yeah. It's about face-to-face, shaking more hands type of thing, but in an environment that you're comfortable with. Me, I am not comfortable in happy hours. I'm not. I run out of small talk real darn quick. I hope that there's a sporting event on so we can find something to connect with. But if someone's like, yeah man, sorry, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm like, okay, you got to get out of here. I hate you already. But but you're in an area that you're comfortable with. You're building your brand. You're seeing people face to face. You're reminding them, and then that's such a unique experience, I think, for anyone who hasn't or has bought a home before. That they're going to remember you. So, all right, let's talk. I got to hop off in 5 minutes, so I want to find out the biggest issue that we all have. I have, Fish doesn't, you don't, but 99% of the other LOs in this country do, is the cold agents, prospecting the cold agents. What is that? How does that work? When are you doing that?
So Wednesdays, I have a 1 hour time block on Wednesdays. And when I grow a pair and get really tough, I'll move that out to 3 hours. I just don't. I do not. Just like you at happy hours, I don't like happy hours, and I do not like cold calls, but I do them. I do them because I know that if I want to make the money, if I want to achieve my goals, I got to do them. So I budget 1 hour every Wednesday, and I will make cold calls. And the cold calls, these are to agents. I already know the objections. I'm good. I already have a lender. Not interested, or I'm too busy. And I like those objections. Those are great objections. One that I literally, you guys, I literally off the cuff made this one up the other day, and it worked quite well. I called an agent, and we can just role play real quick. So pick up the phone. Ring, ring. I'm calling you, TJ. Oh, I lost your ball. I don't have audio.
That's because I was muted. So.
Okay.
Hello, this is TJ.
So ring, ring. Hey, what's up, TJ? Hey, this is Dan Keller over at Guild Mortgage. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, this is a complete cold call, and I hate cold calls. So I just wanted to call you right now, and I want to let you know I'm going to call you back next Monday. And when I call you on Monday, it's not going to be cold. It's going to be warm. I want to get to know you. We're big players in the area, but I hate the idea of having a cold call with someone. So I'm going to let you get back to work, but I want to let you know I want to call you on Monday because I want to meet you. Okay?
Yeah, okay. That's
All right, brother.
And
I'll talk to you later.
I've got plenty of lenders, man. Don't bother calling me on Monday.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I love that. No, I love that because that is such a pattern interrupt from what they're accustomed to getting.
Yep.
It is, you're respecting their time. You're kind of framing it already for when you're making that phone call right here, and then you have something to refer back to when you actually make that call.
So the two agents that I called last week were like continued the conversation. It was crazy, and it was like, dude, I totally get it. But I got off the phone with them. I said, listen, I'll call you back on Monday. Gotta go. Bye. And I called one of them back. The other one I got voicemail. So let's backtrack. You extended the conversation. What'd you say? I'm good.
So I already have a lender. I'm good. I already have a lender.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you right now. If you're listening to this, they just extended the conversation. They could have just hung up. They could have let me hang up. They just extended the conversation. So I'd be like, of course you do, TJ. That's honestly, that's not the reason why I'm calling. The reason why I'm calling is you do over 50 units a year. I do over 250. We're going to connect on a deal, and I just want to meet you. You cool if I call you on Monday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
so
buddy.
You shared that before, and I think, again, I go back to one of the things I take out of every call we have with you is that you have these certain phrases that you continue to go back to, that you continue to implement. You're saying the same thing as everybody else, but you're saying them in a way that is unique.
Yeah.
That is, there's a little bit of a shift in how you understand, you hear it and you perceive it, which is differentiating you from every other LO that they're dealing with. You're a badass. I'm a badass. We're going to connect. Let's touch base before we even get to that point, type of thing. That's, I said, the managing the financing. These are all things that it's the same thing as saying, hey, I'm the LO. I'm going to be doing the mortgage. But it sounds more professional. It sounds different. It really kind of, builds your brand.
Being totally transparent, say no to me again. Okay, so I want the listeners to know this. It's not always going to be ending like, yeah, call me back on Monday. Okay, got to go. Bye. Say no to me again.
Nah, Dan, not interested.
You don't want me to call you on Monday?
No.
So will you hang up? Will you hang up on me if I call you on Monday?
I'm just not going to answer. I'll let a good voicemail.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, man. I'm going to call you back on Monday. Don't jump in right now and say, don't call me back on Monday.
Don't call me back on Monday.
Okay, TJ, totally respect that. I totally get it. Listen, man, you're a big player in town. I really respect the fact that you've shut me down. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to continue chasing you. I love your business model. We're going to connect. I know how important it is that we meet. But hey, I'm going to give you a holler down the road. I won't call you. I'm going to respect you. I won't call you on Monday. Got to go. Talk to you later. Okay? So then what I'll do is 2 weeks from now.
You just took control back.
Yep.
I took control back. And 2 weeks from now, I'm going to call him back. Okay? And I'm going to have the same phone call. Hey, man, you remember me? Yeah, I remember you. Awesome. Like I said, man, I just want to meet you. What do you drink? What kind of coffee do you drink? Well, Dan, I'm not interested. I totally get it. When do you normally get in the office? I'm right down the road from you. I'd love to just pop in. I literally will not leave the lobby. I will just pop into the lobby. I want to shake your hand. I want to introduce myself to you. I want to meet you, man. You're a stud, Michael. Do you find
that these agents, not all of them, but start to respect the effort that you put in? Do they start to see, wow, if this guy is this good with this, how good is he throughout the business?
Dude, I'd have to audit you guys. Cold calls are a long play too. So let's say out of 20 cold calls that we connect on, 1 or 2 we're going to connect. They're going to say, yeah, no biggie. The rest, it's a long play. It's a 2 to 3 month play, maybe even longer. So the idea, you guys, is listen, the market doesn't care. Like, I could die today and my kids are still going to grow up and they're going to be in 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, right? Time keeps going. The idea is that if I make cold calls every single Wednesday, I'm planting seeds that 6 months from now, a year from now, if I keep calling, we do a deal together, then they're like, damn, you are good. Let's go get that coffee. Or I just continue to follow up, and one day I'm just going to pop in their office, and I'm going to say, hey, Megan, can I talk to TJ? I'm here to see TJ. Do you have an appointment? No, I'm just in town. I wanted to pop by and say hello and bring him a coffee. All right. Runs in the back, gets TJ. TJ, Megan told me you like caramel macchiatos. Here you go, buddy. I'm Dan Keller. Super hard to shut someone down face to face.
Yep.
So let's close with this. If you're hungry and you want to increase your loan volume, you got to be able to put in some of the work like this. If you do this, you will close a shit ton of loans. I promise you.
Do the work.
Make
Make the calls.
Love this call.
Yep.
I thought a lot of the folks that were asking me about this and following, you know, that you were going to unveil this secret cold call technique that you spent your whole entire week cold calling people. You're like, no, I hate cold calling. I do it once like an hour a week. You're prospecting and you're building better relationships with people you already know. So you're prospecting way smarter than the average LO who's trying to get, you know, a bunch of cold leads off the internet and trying to meet a bunch of new realtors they don't even know. You're like, I've already got all these people in front of me. Like, why don't I use that as the basis for my business? Fantastic.
Guys, I have 28. So 31 closings, 28 were purchases. I have 28 listing agents that just got to see me perform.
Yep.
And we killed it. I got 28 agents that I need to, that's what I'm focusing on. That's where I'm like, let me go deep at those listing agents. Screw cold calls right now. Okay? So I'm not doing cold calls today. I'm making sure that I'm setting those appointments with those listing agents. So, you know, use your at-bats right now and perform with those. But if you need more business, like if your life depended on it, pick up the dang phone, call an agent. They're going to tell you no. Just go into it knowing that. If they tell you yes, you probably don't want to do business with them anyways because they're going to tell every lender yes. You're not that good. I'm not that good. Courtier is not that good on the phone. If they tell you yes on the phone and agree to a meeting on a cold call, they'll sleep with anyone, right? So understand they're going to say no. They're good. They have another lender. I love it when they say they're good. I know you're good. That's why I'm calling you, TJ. I only call good realtors because I'm good. I'm going to help over 250 families this year. You help over 85 families a year. We're going to meet on a deal. I just want to meet you before we actually do a deal together. Can I pop by your office on Monday morning? No, Dan, I'm good. I know you're good. You already told me you're good. You know, and so I joke. You got to have some confidence too when you're making these calls. You can't be a jerk, but you got to have some confidence.
So I would say this, and then I got to bounce because I got another call in about 1 minute. But if you take our call earlier with Chastity about social media, and we combine, Dan, your call with prospecting, two of the biggest things that we can come from this is you can build your brand so people know who you are very simply and very easily via social media, Facebook Live, video, etc. And then you can make the calls, and all of a sudden it's not a cold call. It might be the first time you're calling this person, but this person knows who you are. You've interacted with them. They've commented on your post. You've commented back. Maybe you've had a Facebook message conversation. Even if it was 6 to 9 months ago, people start to know you because they do watch. So I think that if you're starting off and if you're struggling, that's the recipe for success right there, right? Build your brand, make the calls, work hard. Dan, as always, thank you very much. Fish, I'm going to let you wrap it up. I got to bounce. I'll see you later.
You guys closed it perfectly. Thank you again, Dan. We appreciate all your time. We'll catch you in a few weeks. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, buddy. Take care. Thanks.